This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. This is my first video of my multiverse, which is just basically a what-if series of stories in Star Wars. I do plan to make a sequel to this, and to add images to it. I would just like to get some feedback first on it, and see if there's any changes in the story you would like me to make, as I'll be continuing on to do an episode 8 and episode 9, alternate version from this universe. When I do those, I'm actually going to include two parts of the video. One of them will be an opening crawl with the original Star Wars theme playing. I will mainly have that separate because if I ever get the channel monetized, I won't want those parts being in the video and have them separate. But I feel like if you see an opening crawl of Star Wars, you have to be hearing that theme. If you have any other questions about this, or any comments you would like to make to change it, please put it in the comments. After a few days, I will begin to work on a new version of this, which may just be the same one if there's no comments about this, where I will have images included in it, and I will make the story for the next episode complete, which I plan to possibly do in 2 parts, since I think the script right now is at like 8 pages. To me, that is only the halfway point of the story for my episode 8. For this one, I decided to keep it very consistent and not bring in anything new to the story that wasn't possibly present in there before. But for the next one, I plan to go in a very crazy new direction, which I hope you will like. Enjoy the video. Our story begins towards the end of episode 7 when they plan to attack Starkiller base. After Han begins to explain his plan, Leia feels a disturbance in the Force. Han asks her if she's okay. Everyone else in the room remains silent. Leia responds, telling Han, "You can't go. I feel that..." She pauses. "If you go, you would die in a crash in the Falcon. I need to go. I'm one who could successfully do it. I could use the Force to successfully make this landing." Han quickly jokes, "Hey, Leia, I could go with you. This will be almost like old times. If you could just go get Luke, it'll be completely normal." Leia looks at him. She thinks of what to say and tells him, "Han, please, stay behind. The Resistance needs someone they can look up to. Someone that will give them hope." Han tells her, "We have Akbar here. He could do that. He was an admiral in the rebellion." Leia explains to him, "Akbar might be a hero of the rebellion, but his name doesn't carry the same weight as you, Han. Best friend of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, the man who overthrew Emperor Palpatine." Han thinks and tells her, "Well, when you put it like that, I'll stay here, Leia. Just please make sure you bring the Falcon back in one piece, or I'll do what I did to Lando after he knocked that radar dish off." Leia rolls her eyes and tells him, "So, you're gonna do nothing?" Now we continue on to when the Falcon prepares to launch for the attack. Han comes in to do one final check with Leia and Chewie, who are in the pilot seats. Han tells Leia, "I know you didn't tell me everything about your vision. I'm on ring in front of everyone, but I need to know, what did you really see?" Leia looks at him and tells him, "If you went on that mission, you would have been killed by Ben. I sensed it. I know that Ben will not kill me." Han looks at her, but at a loss for words. He finally turns to Chewbacca, telling him, "Chewie, the princess. You have to take care of her, alright?" Chewie responds with a growl, just like he did all those years ago on Bespin. Now events go pretty similarly to The Force Awakens again. Essentially everything happens pretty similarly, but Leia is there instead of Han. Things once again change towards the bridge scene. Right before it, Chewbacca and Finn are forced out to fend off some stormtroopers as Leia starts to plant the final charges. Leia sets the final explosive and turns and sees Kylo Ren standing in the middle of a walkway. "Ben," Leia calls. Kylo turns around and looks her in the eyes. "Mother," Kylo begins as he takes his mask off. Leia walks up to him and tells him, "Come back to me, my son." Kylo looks at her and tells her, "I can't be redeemed. I've done too much evil." Leia looks at Kylo and reassures him, telling him, "It's okay. You can be forgiven, like your grandfather was." Kylo's hands tremble as he looks down at his lightsaber. Rey, on the balcony above, looks at Kylo pulling it out and pulls her blaster out to try to shoot at Kylo before he can do what she thinks he's going to do. But it's too late. Kylo's lightsaber ignites, and a shocked expression was on Leia's face. She tells him, "Ben, there is still good in you," as her body falls into the pit below. Finn runs in and hears Rey saying, "Leia!" with extreme sadness in her voice, and she drops her blaster. Finn grabs her and shakes her and tells her, "Rey, there's nothing you have done. We have to get out of here now. Chew's getting the Falcon ready." Finn tries to turn and leave, but realizes he can't move. He looks and sees Kylo with an outstretched hand, freezing him in place. Finn uses all of his willpower to press the detonator, blowing the walls apart, which forces Kylo to let go of them with the Force and defend himself so he's not killed by the shrapnel. Finn grabs Rey's blaster and puts it in her holster. He begins to guide her out, since she is still in shock from what just happened. Rey finally snaps out of it, and with Finn, they run into the forest, where an enraged Kylo Ren stands there with his lightsaber ignited and his eyes glowing a bright yellow. "Traitor! And you!" Kylo yells as he begins to charge at them. Finn charges also, and ignites Luke's lightsaber. Kylo simply throws Finn to the side and knocks him out as his head hits a tree. Kylo tries to pull a Skywalker lightsaber to him, but as in the original time, Rey pulls it to her, and they begin to fight. The fight goes pretty much the same until the moment before that Rey is about to injure Kylo. Kylo looks at her, anger in his eyes, and tells her, "Enough games." Kylo force pushes her, knocking her to the ground, and goes to give the killing blow, but before he can, the land begins to split apart, separating them. Kylo looks with anger as he sees Finn helping Rey up and them running to the Millennium Falcon that begins to take off. Rey and Finn enter the Falcon, and Chewbacca growls. Rey responds that Leia has been killed by Kylo Ren. Chewbacca growls in anger and punches the controls. We now watch as the Falcon, with some X-Wings, leaves the exploding planet, and when they return to the Resistance base, the Falcon lands, and when they tell Han, he breaks down crying. He then orders the immediate evacuation of the base, as R2 awakens and shows him the rest of the map. Han leaves Akbar in charge of the Resistance, as he, Chewie, Rey, R2, and 3PO go in the Falcon to find Luke and arrive on Ahch 2. The film ends in the exact same way, with Rey reaching her hand out to Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber in it. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories, and may the Force be with you.